Welcome back to another video here on the Street Fishing YouTube page, and so I wanted to share something with you guys. I really wanted to pour out my heart with you guys and share this burden that has been recently put upon my spirit, and that is just the extreme need that Pittsburgh and Antioch and Oakley and Brentwood, like these cities, just how much more the need for Jesus is, and how much more it is important, or how crucial it is for us that are hitting the streets, for the street preachers, for those that are going out to evangelize here in this area, how much more it is needed. And so for those that don't know, I do security, specifically armed security in low-income housing. And the now being able to be in these places, and we have radios where we can hear all the other guards that are on shift and all the properties that where they're at. And so myself, so I do mobile patrol. I have 9 different properties that I go to throughout the night. So there's 9 different properties that I answer calls to. And at the same time, there's 6 other patrol drivers on top of the guards that are specifically on site that don't leave the places. And so with our radios, we're able to hear every guard that's on shift and what's happening at the same time. And so I've been with this company for 3 months now. And in these 3 months, there's been, I believe, in three of my properties, 2 of my properties, or I can't remember specifically, but 2 or 3 of my properties, there's been murders. One, there's been a stabbing. Just recently, there was a double homicide on one of my properties in Pittsburgh, and that's just my properties. Recently, I don't know if you guys saw. Those that follow me on Instagram probably saw it, but I shared a video on my stories where I had to stand between 4 young 13-year-olds and an 11-year-old. Stand between them and this racist guy that was trying to hurt them, that was just yelling at them, trying to, telling them that he's gonna kill them, and he was calling them all types of racial slurs. And so, I stood between them so the guy wouldn't hurt them. And he tried to go around me, but I ended up having to grab his arm and push him off me. And, almost had to tase him, but I didn't. So all these things are happening, and those are just my properties. There's been recently where in an apartment complex in Antioch, where a 15-year-old got beat up by her mom. A 15-year-old was, brutally beat up by her mom. Cuts all over her face, bumps, and she was kicked in the head by her own mother. And the guards, thank God, they found her hiding behind an AC unit underneath a stairwell, just hiding from her parents, or for her mother and her boyfriend. And so these are the things that I've been noticing, or have been being made aware of, that are happening in our neighborhoods, that are happening in our cities. And it just goes to show how much more these cities need Jesus, and how much more we need to go out and just really have the heart of the Lord, and just be out in the darkness to really just reach out. And it just goes to show that prayer is more needed, fasting is more needed, consecration is more needed, because how are we going to go out and help those that are in the darkness if we are not being the light? If we're not able to take the love of God into these dark places. So if you are one of those that are going out to evangelize, to street preach, to feed the homeless, whatever type of thing that you're doing evangelistically, keep on pressing. Keep on pressing. Because there's so much evil that is happening. So many people are being hurt. So many people. And I believe that's where we come in. We, as children of God, we are of those bearers of God's love, of God's grace. Those that have been saved from that hurt, those that have been saved from that lifestyle. That's where we need to come in. And we just need to pray for our cities. Pray for Antioch. Pray for Pittsburgh. Pray for Oakley, for Brentwood, for Bay Point, for Concord. Just more importantly, just praying for all the East Bay. So if you guys can just keep these cities in prayer, keep them, in your prayers, and just pray that God uses us in this area. God bless.
Street fishing, all up in a mission, saving other souls.